By 2025, you can expect that 85 million jobs are going to be replaced by machines. This means that a portion, if not all of your current job, will likely be performed by an intelligent machine within the next 5 years. I want to make it clear that the speed at which jobs are being replaced by machines is accelerating, and the current job landscape that you're familiar with is going to look very different in the near future. But even with all these changes going on, there's also some good news. Fortunately, there's going to be 97 million new jobs in different emerging industries created that you can choose from. I don't want your skill set to be obsolete within the next few years. Now, maybe you're looking at different career options and want to find in-demand jobs that are future-proof. Or maybe you're wondering how artificial intelligence is going to affect your current employment. Regardless of where you're at in your career, these changes are going to start happening fast. And it's going to be those who recognize them early and take action today that will remain competitive in the job market. To help you in the oncoming AI revolution, I found 17 in-demand jobs in 2021 that you should consider. Now, if you want to skip around between the different fastest growing careers over the next decade, I've created chapters for you in the description. I'll be covering a few positions in several different industry categories, so you can look into maybe bridging over into some of these new jobs that closely relate to job skills you may already have. The first category you should consider is cloud computing. There's a trend where software applications and data are largely being stored and accessed via data centers using the internet. From websites to entertainment to work applications, most daily program utilities are moving to online data centers. So the first future in-demand job that we're going to be covering today is a site reliable engineer. As a site reliability engineer, you'd be incorporating different aspects of software engineering and apply them to overall system infrastructures and operations. Your primary goal is to create software systems that are both highly reliable and scalable. Site reliability engineers make an average of $130,021 a year, which is an impressive salary in today's working environment. Now, the next job, which will be in high demand in the near future, is a cloud engineer. As a cloud engineer, you'd be responsible for organizing and managing cloud-based systems. Some responsibilities include managing access and security of cloud-based systems and building cloud infrastructure using systems such as Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and others. Cloud engineers make an average salary of $127,957 a year, so it's definitely a job worth looking at. The next industry category you should consider is artificial intelligence and data. I'm guessing you're already familiar with the concept of artificial intelligence. It's the idea that machines will be able to make informed decisions for themselves. But most people don't realize the important role big data plays in the development of artificial intelligence. It takes a massive amount of data, or essentially experiences, for an artificial intelligence to learn how to perform a new task independently. As a result, you'll largely see these two career types grow together, and that's why I place them as being in the same industry. So the next job that will have extremely high demand is an artificial intelligence specialist. As an artificial intelligence specialist, you'd apply your knowledge in both computer science and programming into creating machines that can think for themselves. There will be an ever-growing market for engineers that understand how to manage and program artificial intelligence for a long time. Artificial intelligence specialists make an average salary of $164,231 a year. The sky is really the limit with this because of the value of this technology and how it will transform all existing industries. Now, the next job that's in high demand is becoming a big data developer. As a big data developer, you'd be programming operations that make use of open source software utilities that access a network of computers containing and processing massive amounts of data. With this skill set, you can currently command an average salary of $125,013 a year. The next in-demand job is an analytics specialist. As an analytics specialist, you'd be responsible for analyzing and categorizing data for different purposes that has generally been generated by custom software applications. You'd essentially be organizing data into usable information for real-world applications. As an analytics specialist, you could command a salary of $96,616 a year. Now, the next industry you should consider is becoming a software developer. This one is pretty broad and can actually overlap many of the careers we have already discussed. But the beauty in that is learning to be a software developer gives you extreme flexibility in the technology space. One of the in-demand jobs you should really consider in this industry is becoming a Python developer. With this, you can help design, code, develop, and debug back-end program systems. As a Python developer, you'll usually need to couple this with other industry skills, such as mathematical modeling if you want to be involved in the development of artificial intelligence. As a Python developer, you can expect to earn a salary around $100,000 per year. Pay may largely depend on other industry skills you choose to develop. But learning to program in Python can give you a great deal of options in the future. The next job you should consider is becoming a full-stack engineer. In this, you'll have the skills to design, program, and develop both front-end and back-end websites and applications. You will be able to take on the full scope of an internet project, which requires a proficient knowledge in different programming languages, understanding of database systems, and other technical skills. Now, it usually takes several years to become a full-stack engineer. And as a full-stack engineer, you can expect to earn around $155,000 a year. The next industry category I'll be discussing is marketing. While much of the data aggregation, analytics, and optimization in marketing will start to be automated, there will still be a human aspect involved in communicating a brand and revealing new products to target audiences for a long time to come. One of the jobs you can consider in this industry is becoming a digital marketing specialist. As a digital marketing specialist, you'll identify a product's target audience, help cultivate a brand identity, and oversee online marketing campaigns. Digital marketing specialists make an average salary of $55,000 a year, but you can certainly go up with experience and performance. Another job you can consider is becoming a growth hacker. A growth hacker finds different strategies to gain new customers and reduces the cost of customer acquisition. They also manage customer retention campaigns to make sure the company's buyer base continues to grow. Growth hackers earn an average of $82,000 a year and often are given incentives for performance. A common job in today's marketing industry is working as an e-commerce specialist. An e-commerce specialist knows a variety of different online marketing tools, but also understands the process of product creation, management, and fulfillment. An e-commerce specialist may be expected to manage the bridge between digital purchases and tangible products. An e-commerce specialist earns an average of $58,724 per year. The next industry category you should look into is staffing and business culture. Since companies will still have employees, and since there will still be an accelerating change in necessary training and skills, company staffing and culture will require even more effort. The first job you should consider in this industry is working as an information technology recruiter. As a recruiter, it's your job to find qualified candidates to fill vacant positions in the technology sector. You'll have to gain a deep understanding of the tasks to be performed and the education and experience required by candidates in order to successfully place these individuals. In my opinion, this will become increasingly more niche as the Internet of Things becomes more and more convoluted. Currently, information technology recruiters make an average salary of $54,529 a year. Just make sure to be an external recruiter rather than internal for opportunities to make additional income for employee placements. Another job you should consider is being a healthcare recruiter. This job is a little less convoluted compared to recruiting for information technology. With this, you can focus on specific disciplines and understand individual roles of medical providers a bit easier. There are lots of individuals that just focus on recruiting nurses or doctors of specific specialties and build relationships with hospitals across the country to know and fill their needs. As a healthcare recruiter, you can expect to average around $47,095 a year. But if you work externally, you can make commissions on employee placements that can easily put you in the six-figure range. The next job you can consider is being a human resource manager. With this job, you'll be working internally in a company and manage the day-to-day affairs of employee staffing and culture. You'll need to evaluate prospects for hire and effectively place them into the system once employed. You'll also need to manage culture and some behavioral issues by existing staff. Human resource managers make an average of $105,554 a year. One of the industries set to boom quite literally is the healthcare industry. The baby boomers are already retiring and will have a progressive need for healthcare services. This is a very stable industry to get into over the next decade due to license requirements and the physical nature of the tasks. One of the jobs you should consider in this industry is becoming a nurse practitioner. Now, I used to be a nurse anesthetist, which is a type of nurse practitioner that specializes in doing anesthesia. As a nurse practitioner, you'll be trained and licensed to work as an independent healthcare provider, able to independently perform and bill for the same procedures as those performed by medical doctors. Currently, nurse practitioners only require a master's degree, but they will require a doctorate by the year 2025. The average salary for a nurse practitioner is $111,840 a year, and for a nurse anesthetist specifically, it's $181,040 a year. The next job you should consider in healthcare is being a nurse. There's a huge diversity of jobs you can do as a nurse. Since I used to work in the hospital, I'm quite familiar with many of the roles you can take. You can do anything from research to circulating patients in the operating room to doing post-open heart recovery. Honestly, that's just touching the surface of it. There will be an increasing demand of home health care and elderly care over the next couple decades that will include a physical aspect of care that will be difficult to replace with machines. Nurses make an average of $75,510 a year, but be aware that pay can vary significantly depending on which state you live in. The next industry category that will continue to grow is sales. Regardless of how intelligent machines become, interpersonal relationships between buyers and sellers will still continue to be important in the near future. Businesses are often built on friendships and trust just as much as they are efficiency of execution. The first job you should consider in this category is a commercial sales representative. This is someone who helps sign up new customers to products and services and upgrades existing customers to additional services. The work environment and tasks for sales representatives can be very different from one company to another. Some sales reps will have to find their own customers off of cold contacting, while others will be given potential customers directly. The pay for sales reps can also vary dramatically depending on the company and what you're selling, but the average sales rep makes $47,504 a year. Another job you should consider is an enterprise account executive. In this job, you'll be responsible for managing a company's larger business relationships and different organizations. You'll manage business-to-business sales relationships with key buyers that hold a lot of value. As an enterprise account executive, you can expect to make $110,602 a year. These industry changes are happening now, and I really don't want to see any of you left behind. It's better to be ahead of the game and end up in a management position than find yourself without a job in a few years. Don't let the idea of needing to constantly retrain scare you. It's never too late to change careers and learn something new. I'm a perfect example of this. I used to be a dishwasher, a restaurant server, a windshield repairman, a nurse anesthetist, an online educator, a web developer, an SEO specialist, a local marketing expert, and now a YouTuber, and I still wear a lot of these hats. I never let needing to learn something new prevent me from attacking a career goal head on. You can do this at any age. In fact, you'll likely need to. Make sure to smash that like button. Do for my wife, who has been tutoring our oldest in the other room. She needs all the support she can get. If you haven't yet, become an OG and click subscribe. We want you as part of our family, and you guys have a great day.